Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. It's Healthy Podcast, where we discuss about healthy lifestyle and how to lose weight in a healthy way. In the last episode, we discussed about the protein. I don't want to transform this idea of protein, carbs, fats, about nutrition from nutrition in a chemistry lesson, because if you go right now to Google, okay, and write down what is protein or what is carbs, you get so many information that it's just nonsense for me to talk about or to explain. Or there are so many different ways to explain these things, and you can find it on Google straight away. My point here is to try to tell people how important are these. For example, in the last episode, I talked about the proteins a little bit, and I said, hey, look, everything in your body is based on proteins. Like every cell contains proteins, so are very, 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 very important. You don't have to skip all this stuff. Like, also, you don't have to exaggerate let's say the income of the proteins. Okay, how many proteins do you eat per day? So what I recommend is around 1 gram of protein per kilogram. So if you have 70 kgs, you should eat around 70 or more, like 75 grams of protein. Don't try to focus or exaggerate on these proteins, because if you eat too many proteins, you'll have so many bad things. Like you'll increase the acidity inside of your body. With this thing, the level of calcium and all of that will decrease. You will have problems with kidneys because you don't drink enough water because of lots of proteins. Also, you have to understand that if you eat too many proteins at one meal, the body will not be able to take all those proteins. The body will take just a percentage, just one part. So will not be able to take all of it. So the rest of it, the body will still process the rest of the proteins, and will be very bad for your body. Will be very heavy, very hard to do that, and all of that stuff. So yeah, there are lots of complicated things about proteins, but if you try to create a balance and don't try to exaggerate, we'll be okay with the protein. So this is what I recommend, to keep it 1, maybe 1.1 protein per kilogram kilogram. And about carbs are very important. People run from carbs because you can get fat. In one way, yes. In another way, no. Depends on the carbs, and everyone knows. So I'm not telling something oh my god, very new, or I just create the wheel right now. Okay. If you eat too much carbs, but bad carbs, okay, like refined sugar and all of the sweets, candies, blah blah blah, will be very bad for you. If you try to organize and normalize the how much carbs you eat per day, and the sources like potatoes, like pasta, rice, and others, you'll not have any problems, and also will help you a lot. Will help you recover faster, will help you with your training, and will help you with loads of activities that you do day by day. The problem here with the carbs is there are some people, if I'm saying, for example, we have this problem at the cakes, okay? So if I say our cakes are sugar-free, some people come and say, yeah, but do you use fruits, so it's not sugar-free because fruits contain sugar. So these people are imbeciles from my perspective, because we don't make the difference between a bad sugar and a good sugar. It doesn't matter, they put it all together sugar. I rather eat lots of fruits every single day for free, every single day from morning to evening, instead of eating chocolate bars and chocolate and all of that stuff. So try to understand that sugar is not only sugar and that's all. Fruits contain sugar, and the chocolate bar contains sugar, and everything is the same. Like everything contains sugar. No, it's not like that. Yes. It's very funny when I hear people doing saying these things. So we have to say that doesn't contain any refined sugar. Okay. So as I said, and this is tested on hundreds of clients, if you eat lots of fruits, will not harm you, will not make you gain weight. Okay? You can't gain weight by eating fruits or vegetables. As many as you want, you can't. You can't. It's impossible. It's impossible. Even if you want, you have to eat very big quantities every single day to gain weight. But it's not possible. It's not possible. Let me specify this. It's not possible for a normal human being that try to eat like have a nice diet, like a balanced diet. If you are out there and you want to prove me wrong and you want to prove me that you can gain weight from fruits, okay, good luck with that. But normally you can't. It's almost impossible. So this is the idea, is to understand, hey, carbs are not bad, but you have to understand from where you take it. If you take it from fruits, you can't gain weight. It's not the same with the refined sugar that you find in chocolate bars, in chocolate, and in lots of sweets, cakes over there. Okay? And it's the same thing with the good carbs, like pasta, potatoes, rice. You have to balance it. For example, what I'm doing right now, for me personally, that I'm training right now to run from London to Amsterdam to raise money for people with cancer, every single day, only at lunch, I have a portion of for example, Monday rice, Tuesday I have pasta, on Wednesday I have potatoes, and I change it every single day, okay? And I cook it in different ways. For example, if for tomorrow I have pasta, I will try to make spaghetti with a sauce, okay? The next time when I will eat pasta will be penne, for example, and I will use it for salad. So the quantity of the carbs, or of these three carbs, for example, potato, pasta and rice, I'll will be like 3 times, for example, 2 times. Usually I try to start every time with people. I try to start with 3 times more than the protein, and then decrease it, and also at the same time increase the quantity of the vegetables. So in that way we will have like 1 part protein, 2 parts carbs, 2 parts vegetables. In this way it's very balanced, but also depends a lot of how people feels, what are their jobs, what are their lifestyle. You have to keep posting how they feel, and if they have any diseases or not, illness. They want to lose weight, okay. They train, how many times per week they train. It depends, has to be analyzed every single time. When you change a thing in your diet, you have to analyze. You have to let at least if you make a change in your diet, you have to keep it for at least 1 week, and keep it and start thinking of analyzing yourself, what's happening. If you can focus much better at work, for example, if you have enough energy the whole day, and all of these small bits. So based on this, if you lose weight or not, and based on these small bits, you can make any changes in the future. So that's why it's depends. It's not something very, very straight, but this is my recommendation. And also, this is what I'm doing right now, like Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But when I had the clients at the business, the food company, what I will do is what I did. What I did is this 3 carbs was around 2 times per week. From Monday to Friday was only 2 times, especially on Wednesday when they didn't have any meat, dairy products, or eggs. So I put a lot these 3 things: carbs, pasta, potatoes, or rice. So I made dishes with this only on these days where they will not eat any meat, dairy products, or eggs. You can try this as well, but also I told you, if you start in a way 3 times, then the protein, then change it to 2 times and protein, and increase the amount of vegetables that you eat. So when it's about fruits, eat as many as you can. When a person who drinks for the last 3 years a can of Coke, or 2 or 3 per day, will be very hard for them to adjust to this new routine, because they will have headaches, they will have lots of problems, they will feel uncomfortable. So that's why usually when you start a diet like this and you want to decrease the number of carbs, you have to try to change with something, to replace it in a way or another, to not, let's say, break the pattern. So if till then you were used to drink around 2-3 cans of Coke, try to reduce it to 2 in first time, and try to eat lots of fruits, and to have some more carbs in your diet. Then next week or after 2 weeks, try to reduce to 1 can, and step by step doing like this. Otherwise, you have very painful headaches, and you'll think that is the end of the world. Your mood will change and all of that stuff. Yeah, so this is all about carbs, but I'll come back and try to remake this episode because I have some yeah, I'll try to remake this episode in the future. But anyway, this is the idea of the carbs that I want to tell. See you next time.